Here they come. There you go. Hello. Wow. It's numbers. It's just going and
Is
going.
it going up, up, up?
Jennifer, hey, Ajax is in the house. Who else is in the house? That's what I want to know.
All
I
right,
want to know
that's
if we
how we
have,
like it.
I know. There you go. There we go. We got Niagara Falls, Belleville. Good morning, Jillian. Hello, everybody. Well, we got Alberta. Oh,
All right,
yes.
Alberta.
I know. Anybody from
Alberta,
BC,
how?
on Toronto, Montreal. Bonjour, Montreal, London, Ontario.
Kelly, I'm talking over you because I think when I heard Alberta, we have to have a shout out for the Oilers
Yes,
in the
I
Stanley Cup playoff.
know. I
Yeah.
know. We have we have an event there in a couple of weeks, and I was asking my husband, I'm like, do you think this is going to be over by then? Because I think it's going to impact our attendance, or we're going to have to make sure we have a big
Oh,
screen with the game on, right?
right,
Oh.
right. Yes, yes.
Okay, Carrie, can I show you my new thing? I'm really excited about it. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. What is happening? Oh, okay, I put my specs on.
No, it's
Kelly,
rainbows everywhere. I'm sorry,
I love it.
I'm the only one that can do this, but it's one of my favorite things. But advisors, please let's show Carrie from St. Martin Tourism
Oh,
Bureau some love, some hearts. You guys know our reactions. It's kind of our fun thing, all the good things. Thank you, everybody. You're the best. Awesome.
thank
Okay.
you.
So hopefully you guys all know Carrie, and if you don't, the next a trade show, tour operator show. I know everything's coming up soon, and Carrie will be around. Please make sure you go by and say a special hi to Carrie. She's fabulous. She is the person your go-to for St. Martin. And yeah, can help you out along the way. And she's really great at responding and getting all the help that we need. And also Carrie's put together, has been begging and groveling in the background, getting us some amazing uh, advisor rates for some of the partners and destination if we want to go and check it all out. So there's a lot of great information on the St. Martin page in Spoiled Agent. So make sure if you're heading down there, you sure should, because it's easier to sell it once you've seen it, right?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah, no worries, no worries, no worries. Um, okay, so we're doing top 10 today for a chance to win a drum roll $100 gift card. So that's very kind of you
Thank
to
you.
do that. So all I ask everyone, if you are here watching us via Zoom, you don't have to do a thing. We got you. That's all the reports will show us that you were here. Facebook agents, I see we have a nice crew following along. Hello, Tina, Krista, Wendy, Lucy. Wow, lots of Lori following along on Facebook. Hi guys, we see you. We're watching you as well. If you have any questions, actually, well, first, if you're here, please put your email for Facebook only in the comment area so we know you're here. We can put you in the draw. And Facebook agents, if you have questions, you guys are more than welcome to type in the comment area. I'll keep an eye on that and I'll answer and I'll ask Carrie any questions later on. Zoom agents,
Excellent.
you guys know where that Q&A box is. Throw your questions in there. We'll address those as well. And I think Susan says we like to keep the chat box for chitter chatter, coffee talk, tell us favorite places, things like that, and questions in the Q&A so it doesn't get lost. Am I forgetting anything, Carrie?
I don't think so, Kelly.
No. So if you recall, Carrie, after all my blabbering on here, we set up a little poll. Would you want to kick off with
Okay.
that? And then you can dig
Love
in.
it. Would love
All
it.
right. Oh, wait. I just got rid of my, hold on. Do you want to answer? Do you want to ask?
I
Um,
sure do.
okay.
Okay. So I'm asking?
Yep.
Okay, so this is a loaded question. How many of you have been to St. Martin?
Mm, there
What's
we
the
go.
scores?
Let's see. It
My
should be on
gosh,
your
this is
screen.
fun.
It should be on your screen. You can say
Oh my
yes
gosh,
or
it's
no.
going up, 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 up.
I know. Ooh.
Wow. Isn't that amazing? I should have reached out to get their top tens.
Yeah,
How
I
many were
know,
St.
right?
Martin?
I know. Look,
Amazing.
so it's 50-50. That's amazing. And Facebook agents feel, oh, there we go. I think it's about
Holy cow.
50-50 on Facebook as well, which is interesting. So there you go. Oh,
Wow.
28 days last year, Joanne spent. So sounds like
What do
Wow,
you
lucky
think?
you. Nice. That's the way to do it.
He's taking up residency, I'd say.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
3 times a year, Leslie goes. Wow, so you got some big fans here. All
Wow.
right, so this is a top 10 inspired by, of course, David Letterman. So it's just 10 facts or tips and tricks or whatever Carrie has up her sleeve. She's gonna go through those. I'm gonna turn off my camera, and I know if you want to do that too, Carrie, and then you can show your screen and we'll get started.
Excellent.
And then I'll come back for Q&A, okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank
All
you,
right.
Kelly.
Of course.
All right. Well, hello, spoiled agents, and thank you so much for taking time out of your busy days to spend a little time talking St. Martin. And this is the 29th of May, so almost the last day of Travel Agent Appreciation Month with all of you spoiled agents. So I hope you've had a great month and been spoiled rotten. Anyway, thanks to Kelly and the spoiled team for all that you do. And I am honored to be here and beyond honored to represent St. Martin in Canada. So for those of you who've been there, this will be maybe just a little walk down memory lane or a bit of a refresher. It's really fun and casual, and really to come up with top reasons to visit St. Martin, I have to say there's way more than 10. So anyway, we'll be back for another top 10 and we'll go on and on. But I'd love you all just to take a big, deep breath. Close your eyes and just imagine that we're 31, 30 degrees, a nice coastal breeze, sitting on Mullet Bay, one of my favorite beaches, and looking out at the sea and waiting for our guava berry colada to appear. Anyway, let's get rolling. And the poll, I don't, just getting rid of that. And now we're going to get into the top 10 things that you need to know about St. Martin. Here we go. Just one sec to get my screen moving forward. All right, number 10, getting to the island. So it is super easy peasy to get to St. Martin, but as you can see on the map to the left, St. Martin is really perfectly located. It lies at the northern end of the leeward group of the Lesser Antilles in the northeastern Caribbean Sea, approximately 300 kilometers east of Puerto Rico, and is nestled between the Atlantic Ocean to the east and the Caribbean Sea to the west. From Toronto and Montreal, it's a quick 4-hour flight. And we have some amazing partners, as you all well know, flying to the island: Air Canada, Air Transat, Sunwing, WestJet, Aerojet through Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, and of course, US carriers. And as you see on the slide, there's that runway that looks a little bit skinny. Flying into St. Martin is an adventure unto itself. You land on that runway, and there's basically, you're surrounded by water on both sides, and you see the people jumping toward an airplane. That's the famous well, became famous by Instagram, I'd say, but Maho Beach, where people go to actually watch the planes land and take off, and you honestly feel like if you jump high enough, your hands will brush the bottom of the airplane. It is quite fun and quite an experience. And the airport, people arrive at Princess Juliana Airport, which is the arrivals hall is under renovation and should be open by the fall, which is great. But when people leave, sad to leave the island, but the new departures hall is open. And I'm telling you, I was in St. Martin in April, and leaving was such a pleasure. It's modern, it's bright, it has advanced technology, and fully operational. So that's super exciting. And also getting to the island, you'll see some cruise ships down there. St. Martin's Phillipsburg is one of the largest cruise ports in the, I think actually the largest cruise port in the Caribbean. So lots of cruising in and out of St. Martin, which is a great opportunity for you when you're selling cruises to offer pre and post stays or help people with day tours. From the port, people can take a quick taxi ride or walk to Phillipsburg, the capital, and hang out on Great Bay Beach, have a little lunch, or take a city tour, rent a car, drive around the island, immerse themselves in the culture. So there's tons to do arriving by cruise ship as well. And oh man, people arrive by super yachts and sailboats. In fact, in April when I was there, Mark Zuckerberg, am I saying his name correctly? His yacht was just out from Divvy Little Bay Resort, and honestly, let me tell you, you could fit probably 4 of my houses on it. Another thing with getting to the island is St. Martin is a hub for island hopping, which is an extra benefit to you or your clients. People can hop on a ferry or a plane or a sailboat or a charter over to Anguilla, Saba, St. Eustatius, St. Bart's, and St. Kitts and Nevis. So really, once people are in St. Martin, they can have little adventures off the island and then go back and enjoy all that St. Martin has to offer. So moving on, number 9, twice the Caribbean. So really, 37 square miles is the size of St. Martin. And I don't know if you can tell me, is there anywhere you can go and visit 2 countries in one? It's a 2-for-1. St. Martin is part Dutch, part French, 2 sides. And these are actually photos. They're not the best photos because I took them out of my rental car window in April, but you can see welcome to the Dutch side and bienvenue for the French side. And then on the left, you see some flags and a monument. That is where you can take some good photos and have one foot in France, 1 foot in Holland. And it's really fun. You don't need a passport to go to either side of the island, but you will notice differences when you hit the French side. Actually, let me back up. Everyone speaks English for the most part on both sides of St. Martin, but when you're on the French side, French is the prominent language, and on the Dutch side, English, as well as there's Dutch and other languages spoken. Currency on the Dutch side is U.S. currency is accepted, and the local currency Gilda. And on the French side, euros. So you'll notice a few cultural differences, but it's pretty fun to say that you were in France and Holland all in one day. So moving on to number 8, history, arts, culture and events. St. Martin is a melting pot of people. There's over 130 different nationalities living or who live in St. Martin, which has created just this rich culture. There's a deep history of how people got to St. Martin, and it's all woven into how your clients or you will experience being on the island. So as far as you see a gentleman with behind a mural, or pardon me, in front of a mural, where to be, St. Martin. There's a whole mural tour that your clients can take walking in downtown Phillipsburg. There's all sorts of local artists that your clients can visit, art galleries, they can visit museums, learning the history about all of the art, and learn how to make special little St. Martin gems, little dolls to take home. There's artists that will give classes and weave in the culture of the island. You'll see there's some history. That's a fort that people can learn about, all about the how St. Martin came to be, originally the Salt Island. But there's tour companies that offer amazing cultural and grassroots tours that will just fill your clients up. There's also events going on all the time. And in particular, you'll see in the bottom right, that's the Heineken Cup. That's an annual event. And these annual events are things that you can look at for your clients. And with the Heineken Cup, which was in February 9th to March 3rd this year, largest regatta in the Caribbean with world-class sailing racing. And if you have any yachting or boating or clients interested in sailing, that's a great time to get a group to go or to send them to participate, watch. There's a great viewing as well as serious fun and parties at night. SXM Festival, that's an annual festival in March where basically the island becomes your dance floor. From sunrise to sunset, there are dance opportunities on beaches, in restaurants all over the island, and just all sorts of local artists and imported artists coming to celebrate and dance, dance, dance. And on the left, you see that beautiful lady in the traditional carnival gear. St. Maarten has a 2-week carnival every year, April into May, and it is just amazing. There's parades, there's Carnival Village with all sorts of local food and entertainment, so not to be missed. And of course, events, weddings. What a beautiful place to get married or renew your vows, have family reunions. So always the arts, culture, and history, and sending your clients to experience local events are top of the list. Now, moving on to food. Who does not love to eat? And St. Maarten is the culinary capital of the Caribbean and is basically food lovers' heaven. There's everything from 5-star fancy dining to you see pictures of the top right, it's called Nowhere Special, and the Buccaneer Beach Bar. Little Lolos, which are locally owned and locally operated establishments that are so much fun, and they're all over the island. And when I was there in April, I was staying in the Simpson Bay area, and I just walked down from my hotel and cruising along the main street. I ran into Nowhere Special, and it just cracked me up. I went in and had a drink, and someone said, "Where were you this afternoon?" I was like, Nowhere Special. And I had dinner at the Buccaneer Bar below, sat on the beach, had a mahi burger and a beer, and watched all sorts of local families. It was Sunday night, playing on the beach and coming in for dinner while listening to music. It was just great. And that St. Maarten Flavors Card, that's a festival in November that promotes culinary on the island, where you or your clients can go visit different restaurants who have special deals for food and beverage, and certain restaurants are promoting their specialties, and it's a month talking about the St. Maarten food and flavors. Number 6, can you take a guess? Whoop, sorry, skipped ahead. Okay, I'm keeping you in suspense. The beaches. So who doesn't love a great beach? As I said earlier, St. Maarten's 37 square miles, and there are 37 beaches. And let me tell you, there's a beach for everybody. Mullet Bay, I mentioned earlier, it's close to Maho Beach, closer to the airport. It is a beautiful bay. You're looking out on the bottom right, and on the bottom left is the Maho Beach, which you've seen, where people can try and touch an airplane. But there's all sorts of different beaches. There's hidden little beaches where you can go and you might not see anybody. There's a nude beach if that's, if you want to do that. There's beaches that you can hike along. There's beaches where there will be all sorts of activity, or Great Bay Beach in Phillipsburg, where you can watch the cruise ships go in and out. So there is no shortage of beach time, and the water is gorgeous and white sandy beach. And on some of the beaches are a little wavier. People want to body surf, etc., or calm and shallow for families and little kids to wade in. So beaches are a big draw, as you know, from the Canadian market. And on the water, activities. So there is so much to do on and in the water in St. Martin. And we really encourage your clients to get out there. You see people on sea-doos. That's a great way to rent a sea-doo and buzz around and get a different perspective. Or paddle boarding, kayaking in through little neat little nooks and crannies. And on the left, I'm not looking my best, but I'm there in the water with a snorkel mask with my friend Debbie, who does PR at Fox on the St. Martin account. We were on a day cruise from the French side of St. Martin to Tintamar and Pinel Island. And we stopped in little bays and went snorkeling and swimming. And honestly, it was one of the best days of my life. Or people can take sunset cruises, lunch sailing out to go to the various islands and into the little nooks and crannies and get a whole different perspective of seeing St. Martin from the sea. So there's so many options and amazing tour operators that are listed on our website that can offer you and your clients great opportunities in the water, on the water. And then, of course, there is so much to do off the water. Firstly, in the middle, you'll see that's Phillipsburg, walking in between the little stores. There's all sorts of shopping. It's a duty-free haven. So any of your clients or you who want to get a great deal on, well, liquor is incredibly cheap, perfume, jewelry, beautiful clothing, all the designer brands. But what I find the most exciting and fun to explore are the little local markets, to see local artisans and all that they have to offer, as well as can walk along the boardwalk and and pop in for gelato or little latte, sit and have lunch in a cafe. So there's lots to do in Phillipsburg, as well as you'll see on the left people hanging on wires. That's the Flying Dutchman, which you go up to the top of Sentry Hill, have an amazing view of St. Martin and all of the neighboring islands, and actually have the opportunity to go down on the longest and fastest, steepest zip line in the Caribbean, and it is so much fun. And if you need to scream and get some frustrations out, that is a good place to do it because you can just scream from top to bottom. There's beautiful hiking, as you can see on the top right. There's all sorts of marked hiking trails. There's hiking groups that go out, can hike on beaches or along the water or through the actual cities. So for active people, St. Martin is a haven as well. And cycling, we now have a great e-bike tour company, which is really, really fun. So that's a great way to take a guided cycling tour or rent a bike from one of the local companies and tour around the island yourself. So plenty to do off the water, ATVs, as well as lots to see with respect to museums and galleries, etc. Number 3. Okay, experiential. So this is an area that I encourage you to explore yourselves or look into for your clients is something, I mean, everything's an experience in St. Martin, but this is where people can sign up to learn how to play the steel drums or take an art class, painting murals, or you'll see the Johnny cake recipe there. And that lovely lady, her name's Jewel. This was something I did when I first visited St. Martin in June. We went to Jewel's restaurant to actually learn how to make Johnny cakes. So we went back in the kitchen and Jewel explained the history of Johnny cakes. They were bread that the fishermen took out on their journeys. They're originally called journey cakes. And it's now turned into Johnny cake, which is a staple food in St. Martin, kind of like a biscuit or a bun or bread. They can be stuffed or just eaten on their own. Anyway, we made them, and the recipe looks super simple, but there's a whole process in in making them, and then you fry them up, and we actually ate them for lunch. But as we were making the Johnny cakes, Jewel went through the history of the island, which was really a great way to learn all about it. And you'll see guava berry, bottle of guava berry rum. It's one of the local rums on the island, and I was there in April, as I said, and we went to the guava berry plantation and learned all about how guava berry rum's made, how they pick the guava berries, how they let them rest and turn actually into the liquid, the rum, and you'll see caskets. Oh my God, casks of guava berry curing there, but we got to taste all different flavors and kinds, and it was almost like scotch, where you would have your basic guava berry all the way up to like single malt scotch, special guava berry. And again, it was a family run business, and we learned all about the history of rum on the island, and it was really a fun way to spend the afternoon. So lots of experiential opportunities for your clients. And the people in St. Maarten, they're storytellers, and they want to share what they offer and all about their life and what they do on the island. So it's pretty unique and really special. Number two, we're getting close. Accommodation. Well, there's all sorts of great places to stay, and our tour operator partners here in Canada offer some great packages. Everything from small boutique hotels to the Sonesta all-inclusive resort, and everything in between. But exciting news for the island is that JW Marriott recently opened this spring and has 200 rooms and some beautiful meeting facilities. So that's a great addition to the island, as well as there's lots of opportunities to rent villas and condos. So anything from, as I said, small boutique hotels up to larger all-inclusive resorts. Really, there's something for everybody in any kind of location, whether people want to be part of the action or tucked away, just on in a little beach area where it's a bit quieter. So always lots of beautiful opportunities of places to stay. And the number one reason, big drum roll, I feel people go to St. Maarten, and what I keep hearing is the people on the island. As I said earlier, it's a melting pot of cultures. Over 130 different cultures live in St. Maarten, but the people are so friendly, so welcoming. They want to share their story about St. Maarten and what they do. And as you know, it's known as the Friendly Island. And I have tested that theory time and time again. When I was there in April, I rented a car for a day, and I buzzed around the island by myself. And although it's super easy to drive around, and I recommend that you tell your clients to rent a car for a day, because you can drive and nip into a beach here, a restaurant there, and it's very safe. But I did get lost a few times, and I stopped. I asked construction workers, I asked bus drivers, I asked multiple people for directions, and everybody was super friendly and just wanting to engage in a conversation. On the top right, you'll see that is the St. Maarten Tourism Bureau team, and outside our office in St. Maarten, and they did a little video, well, saying Happy Travel Agent Appreciation Month to all of you. And just under that, you'll see Marcy's Sewing Craft. So I was going into Trisport, a tour place to rent bikes or talk about local running races, etc. And I walked by Marcy's Sewing Craft, and she's a lovely woman who lives on the island who just sews clothes, does mending, etc. And I stopped and talked to her, and she told me about how she got to St. Maarten and about her family. So that was just a great experience. And St. Maarten is a very safe island, and you and your clients are encouraged to go out and explore, to engage with the people, and go where they go. So if you're at one of the little local Lolos, maybe having some ribs and a beer, you'll see the locals eating right beside you. Or if you go to a nightclub at night, because St. Martin has a wonderful nightlife, lots of dancing, lots of live music, casinos. You'll be dancing with the locals. So that's what we encourage everyone to do, is to get out and see the people. Now, I have a zero, which really isn't a zero, but I have one more great piece of news to tell you. And that is that we have a super summer promotion in St. Martin right now. And basically, St. Martin is known for winter travel, people wanting to escape the Canadian cold, going to the beach during our winter. But summer is a super time in St. Martin. So I say forget the cottages and head south, head to the beach. And really, there are incredible booking discounts that have been put together, free night promotions, discounts on tours, etc., until the end of August. So if you click on the link Vacation St. Martin /summer deals, you'll be able to see those for yourself, as well as WestJet Vacations has a free night stay. Book 6, get the 7th free with Divi Little Bay, and there's a link to that special as well. So let me just click on this video for you quickly. All right, so that gave you a little visual of what people will see in the summer, but really lots of Canadians go in the summer actually, and groups, it's a super opportunity for groups. So you know what? If you have clients that are looking for something different to do this summer, St. Martin has some exciting specials, as you'll see, as well as when you're talking to them for winter travel. I know the world's a big place and there's so many places to go, but for people who have not been to St. Martin but want to go to the Caribbean, it's a great opportunity to suggest something different. And really, our statistics tell us or show us that once somebody goes once, they're apt to return again and again. In fact, when I was there in April, I spoke in different resorts to people. I just would say, oh, I'd say hi, introduce myself, and then ask where they were from. And one example was a couple from Calgary that they go to the same resort. They're not a timeshare owner. They go and actually stay every year at the same time because they see the same people who work at the hotel. They know where they're going. They have their favorite restaurants, so they just go back again and again and again. So that's an opportunity for all of you to get some repeat business. Anyway, we'll just move to the next slide, which will show you the website, vacationstmartin.com. That's where you can get all sorts of information, suggested itineraries, group ideas, look at different accommodations, restaurants. It's your one-stop shop, as well as my contact information. We're here to help and love to work with you, so please reach out at any time. And really just want to thank you all very much for listening today. And I wish we could do this in person, and moreover, do it in person in St. Martin. But thanks for considering beautiful St. Martin, and twice the Caribbean, twice the fun. And that's it. That's all.
Thank you, Carrie. That was awesome. And you channeled your inner David Letterman very well, I must say. Great job. So we do have a couple of questions, and Facebook agents, if anyone has any questions, feel free to type it in the comment area. And I'm just going to get started. So noticed some of you guys are putting your questions in the chat box. I'll try and track those down. But moving forward, if you guys don't mind putting your questions in the Q&A, it's just a lot easier for us to find, and we won't miss a question because that's really important, right, Carrie, to answer all of the questions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Jillian's question is, where would you recommend the best location to snorkel? Um,
Oh, there
oh
is
yeah,
so
loaded.
there's so many locations to snorkel. And you know what? Why don't I take that offline and can just send some links and
Okay.
recommend some companies that offer snorkeling tours that, depending on the weather, depending on the day, um, will choose the best location. And I mean, depending on how in depth you want to get with the snorkeling, as I said, there's snorkeling tours or all sorts of little beaches. Just walk off with your snorkel and see the local fish that are zipping around in that area that day. So there's
Perfect.
much, yeah.
Great. Okay. I'll share the information when I give you
Thank
the
you.
report, so you can send that out.
Yeah.
Another question, the Marriott, is it all inclusive?
No, it's not. It's not all
Okay.
inclusive.
All right. Is an international driver's license required?
No, you
No.
can use yeah, thank you. I that's when I rented my car, easy peasy, show them my Canadian driver's license and they drive on our side of the road. And really the island, it's one big circle with little roads where I was trying to go in and out, and that's where I got lost and had to talk to locals. And I was trying to use Waze, which didn't work because of my Wi-Fi. So Google Maps then worked through maps.me, which was a
Game
game
changer.
changer.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very easy to get around. And believe it or not, even in a relaxed Caribbean island, they have a little bit of rush hour. And the rush hour tends to happen in Phillipsburg, where the bridge opens for the sailboats boats to go through. So that's kind of fun to experience as well. So easy to drive around and recommended.
Nice. Are there scooters to rent?
Yes, there are scooters, and I'm being a bit vague on that. I will follow up on that as well. Because I have not personally rented scooters. But yes, there are. I walked by a scooter rental shop, so I can follow up on that as well.
Yeah, it's been years since I've been to St. Martin. Sorry. Um, but maybe
Get
yes.
back, time to get back.
Well, fam, I don't know. I'm just
Oh
saying.
no, spoiled
There we
agent fam, smelling a spoiled agent fam.
go. It's your yes, please. Um, okay, yeah, because and I remember renting a scooter when I was there, but again, it was a while ago, a while ago. So
And
yeah, maybe it's time to get back.
another, sorry, I'm jumping in. Another way, I mean, renting a scooter, that's a great option, but there's ATV tours, and sometimes it's fun to go on a tour because you get to drive on your own ish, but then they stop and talk to you about the history or maybe
Yeah.
take you into some unique areas that you might not get to on your own.
Or miss, right? They just don't know that
Yes. Yeah,
yes, that little road over there takes you to this amazing place. So yeah, true.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. What are the best grocery stores to shop at for a young family?
Oh, okay. Well, it depends where they're staying. And the grocery stores are amazing. I actually couldn't believe, I wish I put some photos up. Again, when I was there in April, um, I walked to a couple of local grocery stores and I just wanted to buy snacks. I wanted to buy beer because it was so reasonable and every sort of sauce, balsamic vinegar, olive oil, fruit, everything you can get plus more is available in the grocery stores. And there's small ones, there's big ones. So it really depends where they're staying and wherever the accommodation is, the hosts or the hotel people can recommend where to go.
Perfect. Is the summer very rainy?
Well, you know what? It's really hard to say now that our climate's gone cuckoo. Um, it's technically the rainy season now, but uh when it rains in St. Martin, it tends to like rain and then be nice again. So
Right.
um it isn't, you're always going to get sun and have a nice temperate climate. So I wish I could channel
Yeah.
the inner answer to that, but technically it's rainy season, but rainy season is not raining all day long. So
Right.
it's a beautiful time to visit and also not necessarily as crowded.
Right. 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 Okay. Any additional immigration requirements to fly to St. Martin?
No, just your
Okay.
passport.
And what's the most common currency in St. Martin? Is it US?
Yes, it is US is accepted all over the island and euros on the French side, but they also accept US currency.
Perfect. Um, all right. And the wedding requirements on island. I'm not sure.
Oh, that is a very good question. And I know that's pretty specific. So
Yeah.
I will follow up on that as well.
Okay.
Um,
I'll make sure you
yeah,
get
thank you.
Michelle's info.
Thank
No
you.
problem. No problem. It looks like I saw someone up here a little earlier in the chat box have like 30, 57 people going in November to the Sonesta Maho.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
I know, that's Kevin. Nice group. It's a good
Wow,
one.
Kevin. Yes,
I
well,
know.
let's chat. Let's talk offline. Thank you. That's really, they'll have a great, great time.
Yeah. And Amy is just saying, how do we contact the St. Martin Tourism Bureau for our personal trips? Well, of course, Carrie would be your person. The email address is right here. And also you can go to the dedicated Spoiled Agent page. I posted that in the chat a little bit earlier. Or if you missed it, just log into spoiledagent.com, go to the tour operators, click on the St. Martin logo, and they have a whole like I don't know, it's like 8 or 9 pages full of suggestions with rates and things like that. And then, of course, off the beaten path areas, activities. You can definitely send Carrie an email on that. Someone from the team. Leslie, just want to say that Pineapple Pete's is Canadian owned, and the food is amazing. Everybody, so you have clients. There you go. There's a testimonial right there from Leslie.
Oh,
If
thank you, Leslie. Yeah,
yeah,
actually, there are yeah, a few Canadians that there's a brewery, a local brewery called SXM Beer, and Dave, who founded it, he's from Calgary. The Heineken
nice.
Regatta that I mentioned, one of the main organizers is, I believe, also from Calgary. What's with the Calgarians moving? But yes, St. Martin is a melting pot, and there's so many stories of people who went to visit, fell in love, maybe met
Stay
someone or not, but fell in love and figured out a way to start a business or get involved in a business or just to
nice.
live there.
Yeah, that's great. Um, oh, so here's Corinne just said I did a wedding at the Sonesta a couple years ago, 60 guests, not one complaint. I sold it
Oh,
a few times since, and the guests have always loved it. So there you go, guys. There's another great testimonial. So sorry,
thank you.
there's two more questions here. Any like food tours?
Oh, yes, there are some amazing food tours, and there's tour companies on our website, or again, I can send you some contacts of tour companies that there's private companies, people can do things on their own, or one of our the last webinar, Sea Grapes Tours was on, and they do a couple of really great, great food tours. So yes, that is a
Excellent.
super option.
Excellent. So for the food tour, just remember the last webinar it was recorded and is posted. If you go to the St. Martin dedicated page and Spoiled Agent, just scroll to the bottom and you'll see it. It's right there and you can watch the replay whenever you have time. Um, and another great question, are there any clothing optional resorts? We already talked about beaches. You already said there are some beaches, but any clothing optional resorts that you know of?
Wow, no, not that I know of, but that is a great question, and I've not been asked that before. So I will look into that, but I'm
Okay.
sure there's clothing optional villas you could rent
Yeah.
and then go to the clothing optional beach. But No resort that I know of per se, but I will double check.
Perfect. I remember, well, I'm talking about the hurricanes. It's just like shows you how long I've been in this industry, which has been a long time. And the island has definitely recovered from that. But I know there used to be uh a clothing optional resort, but then I think it was something happened during the hurricane and never came back.
Okay.
But yeah, you never
Yeah.
know. You never know.
Yeah. And may I just add one thing on the hurricane
Mhm.
topic?
Sure.
Yes, as you all likely know, St. Martin was hit very hard in 2017 by Hurricane Irma. So I get the question quite a bit about what's the state of the island now? And you know what? It's great. You see very little remnants of the hurricane. And the silver lining, if there is a silver lining, is that much of the island had to be rebuilt and refurbished. So yeah, got some
Everything's new.
sprucing up as a
Yeah.
result. So
Hmm.
anyway, some new resorts, etc.
That's a good way to look at it. Dutch or French side for families? Last question, and we'll let everybody get back to work.
You know what? Both are good. I mean, I represent the Dutch side, but your clients are going to go to both sides, and it really depends what kind of resort they're looking for, what kind of amenities they want, their budget. So, um, and they'll definitely visit both sides of the island. So really, I'm not giving you a vague answer, but both sides are great.
Yeah. Again, it's about qualifying the client and what their
Yes.
expectations are, what their needs are, etc. So yeah, that's fair. I think you answered it quite well, Carrie.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Okay, so I just want to thank everyone for tuning in and joining us today for the Top 10 St. Martin webinar with the lovely Carrie. And thank you, Facebook agents, for tuning in. It's been very busy over there as well. Busy, busy bees. So we really appreciate everyone's time. And Carrie, I guess what day is I don't even know what day it is. Is it Wednesday? No, or is it Tuesday?
It is Wednesday.
Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay. So, what is a realistic time for us to announce the winner of the $100 gift card from today? What's good for you?
How about Friday? Let's make it a
Friday.
fabulous Friday.
Fabulous Friday. Okay, I like
Yeah.
it. So Friday, you see myself or Carrie calling you or emailing you. You're in luck. Good luck, everyone. And we'll definitely send a follow-up email to everyone just with some bits and pieces. And we'll let you know who the winner was. And remember, this was recorded. Tell your colleagues. It's recorded on the St. Martin page. You just have to scroll to the bottom. It'll be there in a couple of hours.
Yes. So thank you again, Kelly, for having us. And thanks to everybody who tuned in. And please think of St. Martin for your clients. They won't be disappointed. And a little summer in St. Martin, not a bad idea.
Not
Not
a
a bad
bad
idea.
idea. I like it.
Thank you, everybody. Have a
Okay,
great
bye
day.
everybody. Have a
Okay.
great day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.